Hello gang, I'm Colonel Failure and you're watching Transport Fever back in the style of the Metropolis. You've fluffed the intro. I should restart, but I'm not going to get another shot like that. I've been talking about things being in the style of the Metropolis for a while. Right, let's press on and hope nobody noticed. Hello gang, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever. As you've possibly observed already, we're sat just outside the main goods hub at the moment, and I'm actually on board a train. I'd kind of been hoping that we'd be rolling, but we appear to be blocked here by, I suspect, that's the Sioux Falls delivery train that's right next to us. Oh, I see. It's so long these days that we that it actually blocks the entire junction. That was the end of the train while it was at the platform. Okay, well, never mind. As you can see, it's not like it's stopping for no reason. It does have a fair few bits. Yes, definitely going to Sioux Falls. Look at all of that steel. Yeah, there's some lumber going. That's going to go and get turned into tools relatively quickly. We're far too late in the series now to fix errors such as this one. So we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to let it happen. We're going to let it ride by. It's a bit of British Rail going past there. Look. There's some construction materials, some fuel. Is this running completely full? That would be quite impressive. Yeah, I have some more construction material, and some more steel, and some more timber. Oh no, there we go. We have got a couple of empties on the back there. Right, have you finished? Can I go now? Go on, we're clear. Put your foot down. Rip it. Go. Max speed. Make it happen. I've definitely not told it to pause, and we're not going anywhere until we get underway. Obviously, that kind of stands to reason. If we're not going anywhere, it's because we're not. There's something else coming through. No. He only pulled in a minute ago, and we're waiting for him to go past now as well. But we shouldn't, because he's on a different line. Anyway, this may explain why the Grand Junction goods bulk, which is what we're sat on board, occasionally has some trouble delivering. And we're not waiting for this fella to come through as well, are we? This, to me, speaks of a chronic lack of signalling going on here. It's really something I should fix, but I'm not going to. Because, as mentioned, far too late in the day to be doing that now. As I see it, we've got, half a dozen episodes, including the grand finale of this series, which will be a live stream, where I will let you call some of the shots. Not all of the shots, but some of them. I tell you what, though, I mean, as places to just hang out at go, it's pretty good, isn't it? It is nice. And that's a fuel train, that one. Quite a full fuel train as well, I suspect. Although, given that those are dedicated fuel wagons, they could all be running empty. I know that they're not, because that's a train that prints money, that one. Don't let this next one come through as well. Take your turn. Your time to shine is now. And I will go and put a signal on that bit of track unless it lets us go. It has let us go. Right, so last time around we made a start on what will be the kind of the primary final project for this series, which is, look at this lumpiness. I tell you, what I've learned from this is that in future, where I've got a big junction planned out, I'm going to pre-flatten the entire deal so that we avoid some lumpiness. Anyway, I always like this approach because there's an awful lot going on, and as you can see, there is an awful lot going on. But yes, we started working on Grand Junction, which will take the form of a metropolis in some fashion, and part of that is looking at the stuff we've got going on there already, of which this is one, and making that a little bit better. Now, I mean, the astute amongst you will have already worked out what I'm actually riding on board here, and the Puritans amongst you will be most pleased about the change I'm about to make to it. Oh, not another signal. Oh, for crying! Why does everybody get priority other than us? All right, we got priority that time round. We just had to wait for it to do its little flipperoo. Anyway, on the other side of the bombastic intro, I will reveal to you what we are riding. If you haven't already guessed, and we'll pick it up from there. Here's an odd piece of electrification that's just kind of dangling. these shots are too good to waste. So we're going to pick things straight back up again. And yes, we're riding on board an SD40 on its way out to Grand Junction. It should have a few bits and pieces on board. My goodness, that's a rather strenuous bit of junctioning going on there. We're rocketing along at a mighty 75, 76 kilometres an hour. This tops out at around 105, I believe. So, you know, it's making reasonable progress when, of course, it gets signals in its favour and it isn't held up for hours on end. Good to see new signals there with old right next to them. Good. There's plenty of duplication of effort going on there, I can tell you. But yes, I want to do a quick update to this. Should we get off here? To be honest, I'm quite enjoying the ride. Let's stick with it. We'll ride the whole way. I'm sure I'll find a means of padding out the old commentary as we head along. Where's that one coming from? I mean, I'd say it was Detroit. It could be Detroit. I mean, it seems to be rolling empty, so that stacks up. Doesn't bring anything back from Detroit when it drops off there, and that's the Detroit flyover. So yes, it surely must be Detroit. I'm pretty sure we're going to Grand Junction, but is this the right way? Yes, it is. Of course, it is the right way. This train is working absolutely fine. It just happens to get held up at that section all the time. That's a very vivid green coat this bridge has. I'm hoping we encounter a few more trains along the way. It'll make the commentary all the more seamless. Not that it hasn't been completely seamless so far, of course. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we'll be doing something practical by the time we reach 10 minutes in. Can't make any guarantees, but hey, we're riding on a train, people. That's at least 50% of the reason why we're all here. It's kind of go do some train stuff, do the stuff with the trains. I gave you one episode off where you looked at trams and tram track, and now we're back with the trains again. Okay, so we're coming through the main quarry area, which I've actually put some decoration into. Go me. And then we're heading through a tunnel on our way out to Grand Junction. And once we get there, I will do some kind of seamless transition into why this is important to the scheme, the grand scheme for Grand Junction. Won't be long now. Probably. I think we're about 3/4 of the way there. It would be lovely if we were to see anything else. We had such a great start there with lots of trains going, but now less so. No matter. Do we check left and right before we cross that? No, we just assume that the signalling folk have got this well in hand. There we go. We're up to 95 kilometres an hour here. That's pretty respectable. And we are now approaching our destination, because I remember this bit. I was going, oh, should I remove it? And they're going to go, well, you've got a jaunty angle that the train crosses, and that is a tram, and that is another tram. So clearly we're in the right place. This is the only place where there are so many trams. Look, there's another tram, look. And we have arrived. Good. I shall now jump off. There we go. There is a Colonel Failure branded SD40. Made 730k from that particular jaunt. Now, I've got two routes that run in and out of this goods bay. Goods distribution and logging. Now, I'm pretty certain some of you mentioned this at the time. However, the logging service is never going to work because this flat cars, they don't take logs at all. Now, it's already 400 metres in length. It doesn't run full, so I'm going to remove that many wagons off the back of it, and then I'm going to add some logging wagons on there. Now, I don't know if this is going to pick up logs or not. If I was prepared in any fashion at all, I would have clicked the add stuff to train button while in the warm-up for today's episode. I didn't though, so you get to sit through the pause there along with me. Congratulations. Hold on, what was that one? State car from 1970. Yes, that sounds viable. Top speed 100. Yes. It's Finnish. Okay. I'm not saying that's a deal breaker. This one's from 1979. Does 120. Doesn't carry logs. That's no good for our purposes then. Let's get down into the actual state cars. From 1950. Does 160. Carries logs, but only 13 of them. All right, 60-footer. 16 to 18 capacity. Well, which is it? 16 or 18? Oh, I'm not sure I can live with your indecision there, because as you know, the 50-foot flat car can carry everything apart from logs which apparently roll off. Has no problem with coal, of course. Coal famed for its ability to stay in one place. I don't hold with that. I think we're just going to have to go with this one, aren't we? Despite the fact it's from 1950, or we go Finland. You know what? I mean, Finland knocks 5 miles per hour off our top speed, which means that we're going to lose out overall, but it does carry 20. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to put brace yourselves, Finnish state cars are going on the back of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives it 100 wood capacity. It's got 620. That'll probably do it. And then, just for good measure, this is the bit where the Puritans will go, oh, thank the Lord for that. We're going to stick another SD40 on it as well, because that will get us up to top speed a little bit quicker. Of course, the one I've just added is stuck right at the back. I'd quite like to stick it at the front. Is there going to be an easy way to do that, I wonder? I don't want to have one at the front and one at the back. I know that is semi-realistic, but I would prefer to have a double header just because they look like more fun. Right, we'll ease this gentleman and or lady. Maybe it's a train of no fixed gender towards the front of the consist here, as is traditional. Come on. Look, you're holding up progress on the main show here, because this is merely part of the main show. Oop. Now, we probably don't need it. I mean, I imagine one of these has got more than enough grunt to pull this particular setup, but frankly, any excuse to put a double header on things. And as you can see, we are making money this year. We're up 43 million. It's October. So far, I've spent 8. So we're up about 50 million. Less expenses. The running costs have spiraled somewhat since I threw flipping loads of HSTs at things, but we are still making money enough to fuel expansion, and that's where we're at today. We'll check in. We're not leaving Grand Junction for a bit now, so I hope you like the scenery. There it is. Okay, yeah, right, good. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of growth going on. I have put in a couple of ploppable buildings near my outliers, just so that the tram route here doesn't completely melt my bank account. As you can see, it is losing a little bit of money each year, but it shouldn't do forever, because I'm going to expand the tram route once we've done today's project, which is the other side of the river. Hooray! Now then, the other side of the river. There's a story to tell. Well, there isn't, but there will be shortly. The story to tell is we're going to stick a new station in here, a new passenger station, and I've been umming and ahhing. I know, it's almost unheard of. Umming and ahhing about exactly what I'm going to route to that area, because Grand Junction is far from being unconnected at the moment. If we swing this one over here and we swing this one over here, you can see we've got Detroit to Walthamstow altitude. We've got Brussels, Vancouver swings this way for reasons. Detroit to Wolverhampton, and then the Metropolis Explorer, of course, which touches just about everywhere. Now, where this opens up the possibility is we don't actually go to Sioux Falls, apart from the Explorer. We don't hit Indianapolis, and we don't reach Shanghai again, apart from the Explorer. Now, those are some quite widely spread stations, I agree. El Paso's viable. Brussels is already catered for. But, you see, that's the thing. You see, I mean, we could get out over this way and do a tour trip down to Shanghai, come back through Krakow and Indianapolis, hitting up Sioux Falls, then El Paso, then back here. And I think then we go back the other way again. I'd quite like more than one route to come in this way, but I think that's the one I'll start with, purely because what I've found about passengers is they do like a direct route given the choice, and I'm all about giving people a bit of choice. So let's start out with our flexi station here. I'm not going to make it a terminal. I am going to make it a long one. No, it doesn't need to be that long. Let's make it a slightly shorter one. Yeah, let's make it a little bit shorter still. 240, do we think that's going to be okay? Yes, we do think that's going to be okay. I couldn't tell you why, but it just is. Right, we'll run. We've already got 4 tracks running through the town, but this will be the first town to have 3... no, it won't. No, I'm lying to you. Detroit's got 4 stations. So this will just be AN other station. Let's go 320. Let's make it modern. We'll have Main Street on both sides, please. Do we want to have end connections? Yeah, we really do. Yeah, connect everything. Maximum connection. Do we need a passing track? No, we probably don't. Do we want to put some benditude in it? Yes, we do. Give it some benditude. Right, so if I rock this around here, a bit like that. See, we've got a nice approach and then a nice exit, although the exit's going to Vancouver. To be honest, I quite like this to form an S-bend. So maybe if I give you just a smidge of that, and then the other side, we give you a bit of that. I think I've got that the wrong way around. I may have that. No, you've got it right. That's right. More benditude is what we need. There we are. Right, so there's the in, there's the out. That's heading now towards Rill. That's not a deal breaker. All right, golden. So we're going to stick this about here. Now, I am going to use ploppable buildings to start the fueling of this side of the town. But I'm only going to put the ploppable buildings on one side of the station. That way we'll know if we're getting any organic growth at the same time. Do a bit more. We might need to reduce that. No, other one. Reduce that. Just to keep that. That's it. That's looking pretty much as intended. And we're going to place it there. Solid. Right, good, yes. Then, next, we're going to scroll through the roads. Large? No, we're not going to need large. Give me electric, please. Electric of the tramation. This one here. And we'll roll. That's just horrible. We'll roll this out. Yeah, I think this is going to work better. We'll roll it out here. I know it's got tram track on it. It really doesn't need it. But it has, and therefore it has. Roll that out here, and then we'll do something that looks like... That sounds like a flipping steam train. Where am I still running steam? Oh, I'm running this one because it's glorious. Okay, fine. Glorious steam trains get a pass from me for, you know, it may be pushing 1980 here, but I don't care. You can call it a legacy line, you can call it a vanity project. I really don't mind what you call it, but they exist, and therefore they exist. Right, let's go a little... No, come on. I'm pretty sure the construction project's possible. I think you're just being difficult. That's too much curvature now. It wasn't before. There you go. Right, look, we've done that, and then we'll head out this way some. I'm not thrilled about this junction, though, team, I have to tell you. I mean, lumpy barely does it justice. But I did promise myself I wasn't going to spend all day building roads. When did I make this promise? I made it about 5 seconds before I said it. Right, what do we feel about this bridge? We feel it could live with being remodeled. Oh, here we go. Right, okay, never mind. Right, smoothing gun. No, up the tempo. Give me full strength. There you go, smooth the heck out of this thing. There you go. If we can build that up to be around a similar kind of height, we might be able to get some juice out of this. So if we head this one out that way, right, and then make these commit to the project. How's that? I'm not thrilled. Again, tarmac's not famous for its ability to handle being warped to that extent, but it is more acceptable than it was previously. I mean, I'd love it if you would connect to there. will you, if I take you out that way, just ever so slightly, and then rock it along on that, no. Rock it around the corner ever so slightly, and then rock this one on, so we get something resembling a piece of road that wasn't designed by a loony. Okay, yeah, I mean, all right. You know, I think I could possibly have a tough time in court defending that as not designed by a loony, but I'll take my chances. Right, get rid of that. Make this one better. That is indeed better. Right, okay, so we've got connection going on there. Now, we're going to leave this side almost alone. I'm going to put a tram station over here. And we'll see if the AI gets the message. But in order for this not to be a ghost town on this side, I will plop some buildings in over here. And that should allow us to have... Well, this is... Oh, yeah, I don't know why, but this is going to be a something. There we are. Have some of that and make this a something. Hello! What have we got there? Oh, nonsense has arrived. We've got all kinds of things being transported by trucks, for those who like such things. We've also got these, I'm guessing NS, that they're Netherlands-based. Correct me now. It could be Norway. I'm not ruling it out. But they've got graffiti on the side. I'm going to go with the Netherlands. Anyway, they look nice. I think that's what those in the trade would call decorative pieces. Yeah, indeed. Right, now then, we'll bring that out down there. It's all right, I haven't given up on this, whatever it's supposed to be. There you go. Just get the angle about right. And we'll say that, you know, that was... If this is a testimony to the Boeing... No... To the B-52 Stratofortress. Sure. Yeah, I don't know why Grand Junction is paying homage to the front line of the Strategic Air Command, but there it is. Right, now then, let's wang some of that in. That's about as much road laying as I want to do. I'm going to do a little bit more along the lines of making sure that sides A and B are connected, but we'll do that after I've got the rail connected, because that would appear to be the right way around to do things. Now, we're going to hit up... Oh, no, we're going to hit up the Ruddy main line, which is not electrified. Oh, bum. Now that's only that's an oh bum moment, because I don't have anything non-electrical that isn't a bit sluggish or a bit... What are you talking about? You've got all kinds of multi-unit diesels that could do this job. Yeah, but I was going to run the Metro liner on it. This was going to be, and this is the Metro liner route. No, I guess that's off. Really, there's so much electrical stuff you've not played with yet. There's plenty of other map. Sorry, this is some of the internal dialogue I usually keep to myself. But you know, once in a while, I'll let you to see. But I like to let you see behind the curtain. It is fringed. It is tasseled. And it's a marvelous shade of mauve. Right. Let's switch to... Don't say targeting computer. Switch to country road. Medium country road? Yeah, that'll do it. We won't have tram track, although I can hear people yelling, tram track, tram track. Treat it like it's light rail. All right, tram track. And we'll follow the curvature of the earth here, and then we'll... Yeah, we'll cause some proper upset. You actually might want this bit, you know. Yeah, I know, but I'm going to replace it with something modern. Well, you could have just upgraded it. There was no need for you to go bulldozer frenzy with it. Yeah, but you see, I'm a little concerned that I might not get to do much bulldozing today. So, you know, there's that. Right, we'll de-tram track for this bit. Otherwise, this logging station is only going to complain that it has been neglected by an errant town planner whose schemes often are ill-conceived and then poorly executed. They'd be wrong, of course, because I'm the one doing it. Right, good. Yes, now, next, we just want to go with tram track. Yeah, tram track it. Tram it the track up. Do we want to switch this to medium country roads? No, we don't. We'll just bang it on top of what's already there. Right, because I was thinking what I'll do is I'll run it round. We'll stick a little tram station here. I can make it part of the whole deal, the party, the how's your father. I mean, we can add it to all of that. Oh, there is the opportunity to come in this way as well. Don't get me started on making illustrious tram routes. It will end in me making a lot of illustrious tram routes. Now let's do some rail, shall we? Let's go for high speed, so we're not doing electrical with it. Okay, fair enough. And let's roll. Feel the drama. Right, okay. So I'm going to get this onto the main line. Now the main line has already got, I would say, it's getting close to capacity. I know I only just laid that, but, you know, this is me we're talking about. Nothing has a survival opportunity longer than a minute or two. Keep it above 100, which is 60 miles an hour for those of you still trading in old money. Yep. This is all good. This is all good. All right, and then bring it back the other way, like that. Slows to 60 at the corner, but other than that, it's fine. Right, we'll get rid of that set of signals because you're going to hold proceedings up for everybody. Although, strictly speaking, it doesn't. It doesn't really hold proceedings up for anybody at all. We'll get rid of this one, though. And we'll replace it all with something a little bit more toot sweet. Which, I mean, doesn't really make any sense in context, but there it is. Stick one of those in there, and anybody else need some? I think we can probably pass on one set of signals there, and settle with. I'm sorry, there, Mr. Semaphore, you're out of business. We're electrical these days. We've discovered a few things, and as such, you're kind of out of business for a bit. Stick a block signal in there, and that'll do. Where's the next set? Oh, we got lots of good queuing signal stuff going on up there. Right, cool. So I'll do a bit there and a bit here, and I need to connect that road. Although the flashometer of you have appeared to separate our road, sir. We cannot separate the road without causing a fuss. I don't know what that accent is. All right, yeah. Pop a wheelie over that. There you go. Right, do something vaguely sensible. Now, how you're giving me the opportunity... Oh, no, I was about to complain that it was giving me a green tick for something that clearly wouldn't work. But it wasn't, so there's that. Eek. That's horrible. Get this side over there. Oh, this is just going to be horrible no matter which way you cut it. Unless you want to do another one of those 45 minutes of me swearing at a bridge. Under my breath, obviously. I would never swear on the old camera. Not that I'm on camera. Do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know that was horrible, but... progress awaits our next thrilling move. I'll make that look nicer later. Okay, good. Right, so we're now connected up to the main line, so we can get a very nice Sioux Falls, El Paso, Detroit, Grand Junction route. Now, that's not exactly... what's the word I'm looking for here? Compelling. Groundbreaking is possibly a better way to describe it. Yeah, this is not a staggering new route that we've got here. We have got to figure this out. Now, given that that's flush as far as the bridge is concerned there, and it's also flush as far as that bridge is concerned there, we're going up and over. Or do we want to go under? I don't know. Let's see which one looks worse, and then use that. Go as far as there. Up 1. Up 2. Oh, not up 3. Up 3 is a lot of up. Okay, that's because I've got the hump a little bit too far away. And actually, it doesn't look completely dreadful. I mean, I'm using old school kind of trestle there, but if we pull this out a little further, keep you on the flat. If we're going airborne anyway, there's no sense in dropping the height now. And then try and make it equidistant, which is, well, if we use the speed markers there, we're actually pretty much on the money. That's pretty much equidistant. How do you feel about that? Well, I did it in 2 this time. The reason for the equidistance, of course, is because that should make this the middle of the bridge. What do we think? Concrete? I think that looks pretty high and mighty. I think it looks pretty excessive. Should we go with something a little more modern? Would that improve Sir and or Madam's opinion of the beast? Well, that's quite simplistic, but you know what? I'll take it. You know what? Yeah, I'll take it. It's a little plain, but there is room in this world for plain. Yeah, this is going to be fine. This is going to absolutely be fine. I don't know where I'm going, of course. I haven't thought that far ahead. Rill, I suppose. So we're reconnecting with the line that comes out of Detroit over here. Unless we stay airborne, but that feels like an awful lot of expense. Especially since once we get to Rill, that leads us off Wolverhampton only at the current time. So it does afford us the opportunity to branch out from Rill, because why would I want to do that? That's going to be enormously expensive. I mean, I can afford it, but it doesn't feel like a sensible use of money. Hold everything. Hold everything. Rill just lost its invitation. Can we... I knew I built this for something. I didn't know what, but now evidently I do. Now, sadly, that particular dog is not in the mood for hunting. We could bend this around this way, go over the top of the tunnel to avoid having to do another flaming flyover, then come back round over here, then cross the river, and then join up with the bridge, losing speed all the way. No, I'm not going to do that. You're absolutely right. Instead, I've got a better idea. Right, this nice bit of bridge that I just built and then double tracked. We're going to have a second think of that one. Okay, we've got good height there. Where's my target? That's my target. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to come around the corner here. We're going to fly over the river. We're going to stay airborne to get over this bit of track. And stay airborne, and then connect at the last minute. That's quite a lot of airborne. Weren't you arguing against that? I mean, you know, we're only talking about in the last couple of minutes. Yes, I was. However, I'm now onto something that I feel furiously keen about in terms of its aesthetic wonderfulness. I'll get over. No, you see, you're not going to do it in one. You're going to have to do this in multi-part, and then hope it works so you don't have to bulldoze it again. All right, 113. Feel good about 113. Feel good about the line. Yes. Okay. I mean, that's only 350 grand. What are we even talking about here? Yes, that pillar is quite high, but don't get too upset now because it's going higher still. Get a load of that. Okay, yeah, we're starting to go a bit theme park with it, but this is still within the realm of the semi-realism that I so frequently support, and that was only 9 million quid, therefore it was a total steal. Yeah, keep it going. I tell you, the view from this is going to be flipping brilliant. Right, now then, you now play the game, connect to that. Don't talk to me about... No, that's what I didn't want you to talk to me about. All right, we might have to make a bridge the other end. Okay, well, we can do that. First job, let's upgrade this fella here to be high speed, because we're a high speed business these days. Back it up a smidge, because we've already got a little bit of elevation going on there. Okay, not enough elevation. Alright, go up by 1. And do it there. This is either going to work or it's going to be hideous. Oh, come on, don't fight me. Look, you can do that. I assume we're going uphill. Oh, nuts. Okay, well, just do that for now and see what happens next. Because what happens next may shock you. Okay, well, I'm not exactly shocked, but I am quite actually pleased with what's happened next. How does this connection look? Doesn't look brilliant, but it should do when I suggest the right type of bridge, which was, I believe, this one. Okay, I might not go all the way there, actually, in order to smooth out the connection a bit. I might just go as far as here. And then if we get the other pillar in... that's nicer. Right, give me one more pillar. Thank you. Right, check your angle. Angle's off a little bit. That's about right. Check the look, check the angle, accept the purchase. Grand. Right, now then, you connect up to there, make it so it doesn't look too hideous. It doesn't. It is rather following the contours of the land below it. I mean, I think that's the longest bridge we've got this series. Congratulations, late in the series, really long bridge. Actually, that shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. Oh dear. Well, I'm looking at it and I'm going... oh dear. How bad is it? I mean, you know, when you're on it, you may notice it a little bit. All right, the day the fellas with the lasers came out and pointed them at each other, clearly one of them had got one leg shorter than the other. Oh, what do we think? We're 37 minutes into today's episode. Is he going to bulldoze it and push the time up further still, knowing full well that there is still quite a lot to do? No, you know what? In the spirit of keeping things moving, that's fine. It doesn't add too much to the distance, and it does add a pleasant little quirk that should help keep the drivers awake while they're on this most perilous piece of track that we certainly wouldn't want them falling off. So that's within the realms of acceptable, because if you want perfection, no. Go and watch some of Train Gamer's flipping time-lapse. Well, it doesn't even do time-lapses. He gets a fixed camera up outside the station, and you can sit there for 5 minutes watching a heck of a lot of trains go through a very nicely designed piece of station track type action. It's very impressive stuff. If that's what you're after, that's what you'll get. Here, however, that's not what you get. But I think you knew that already. Right, here we go. Are we just placing these arbitrarily? Pretty much, yes. What's your problem? I just want to create a few signal blocks to keep stuff moving. How many trains are you planning on throwing up here? 1 or 2? I don't know. I haven't really thought it through yet. Not that much is evident. Right. Stick one there. Stick one here. This has become an actual operational junction. So we'll need to put one there. We've got a release on that one, and it is a release signal. Yeah, fight me. Thank you, Mr. Tootie. Stick someone there, and then you're into what should be a reasonably well managed portion of track. I hear you scoffing, but do you see anything queuing? Because I certainly don't. To be honest, I don't really see any trains at all, which means that there's probably no reason for anything to be queuing at this stage. Right, so we can now go through Dortmund and then onwards to the mayhem of Barcelona and then out to Shanghai. And then once we get to Shanghai, I think I redevved the junction recently that should allow it. Yeah, I did. Look at this. there's symmetry and all kinds of nonsense going on there, but that will allow it to then whiz back out to the old world by going through Krakow and then hitting up Indianapolis, which is largely neglected these days, and then back to base. And I think we'll do this as an end-to-end, so as a U. Will we? Or do you want to do it as 2 routes that do a lap? Let's create one and see what it looks like. All right, okay. Now then, let's make this a pretty colour, because it's going to need to show up. We'll go with pink, because pink's one of the ones that show up best of all things. All right, Sioux Falls, hooray. Which side of Detroit are you going up? Because you haven't got a choice in a minute. Right, okay, you're going up Detroit on the western side. That's not Detroit, that's El Paso, but it means the same thing. Detroit, we're going through the central, and then you peel off from Grand Central and you go through whatever this has called itself, Grand Junction East. Well, firstly, it's west. I mean, I appreciate that I arbitrarily chose the west and east naming conventions here. That's going to need another name, because that's Grand Junction West, that's Grand Junction East, which means that firstly, you're not uniquely named. Secondly, it's very west. Oh no, hold on. Riverside. Tasty. Right, okay, good. Yep, thank you. Grand Junction, Riverside. And then on from there, we go out to, I mean, it's already doing the route, look. We go out to Dortmund. Yes, which is just called Dortmund. We don't have a second stop we could make here, which is unfortunate. It would be quite nice to rather than stop at Dortmund Main, to stop outside at one of the commuter stations, right? It would make more interest out of it. But sadly, that's all wired purely for the commuter, so I don't want to get into monkeying around with that right now. Anyway, Dortmund to Barcelona, and then out from Barcelona, we could skip Shanghai, go straight to Krakow. Well, Shanghai's we'll go straight to Krakow. Go to Krakow. Yeah, see, said it right every time. Didn't say it wrong ever at all once. And then out to Indianapolis. Hold on, we've got a connection issue. No, you should be fine. Oh, it's just because it's gone with a different track. Oh, I haven't got the overlaps necessary to get it round from here over onto that side. Okay, well, have I got a different platform that it could use and still make that work? I don't think I have, you know. Oh, okay. So what are you going to do about that? Well, oh, I don't flipping know. Well, the fact that I haven't... Hold on, who's broken? Line 1's broken. There's nothing on line 1. Stop complaining. I know it doesn't work. I can see it from here. Well, as I see it, there are really 2 options. We either create a junction that goes from one of these here all the way over to there. Yep, okay, that's one. Or you create a junction from one of these here that goes all the way over onto that one. And as far as you see it, that's a choice, is it? Not really, but it's a semantic choice. And semantically, we're going to go with peeling off a junction from here, working our way across there, and get onto this one. Like this. Not like that. Like this. Yeah, just like that. Does that feel like a good junction? No, it feels like anything but a good junction. It feels like quite a poor junction. Do you have any other options? Not really. Not without remodeling the whole thing. And as I may have alluded to more than once today, I'm not in the market for big scale remodeling. Not unless it is prescribed during a forthcoming live event. What we could do, however, which may work you're going to say better, aren't you? It may work. What is even happening there? I don't know. If I can I look? You've got a kind of junctiony points kind of a deal there. Hold everything. We could. Can we get across here? I very much doubt it. No, you haven't left. You haven't got enough space to execute your manoeuvre. Or I'd be very surprised if you had enough space to execute your manoeuvre. No, you can't do it. Now, I am aware that a lot of those lines running into the depots there are superfluous, but they exist now, and therefore we're going to leave them alone. Also, we can't double slip any of these. Not that I really want to, anyway. You've got those that exist for probably good reason. Oh, well, let's have a look. No, hold on. Does no one use that platform? Well, okay then. Well, this is the platform that you are now assigned to. Let's change your colour to one that isn't in use here. Let's go for bright red. Right, so you're currently occupying that one, but I think we can probably use this this platform here. Which means you're going to cross back over using the crossover there, and I think the ugly junction that you came up with to start with may well be the one you end up with to finish with. However, you've got a bit of space to make it work. Hello, autosave, lovely to see you. How's the family? I heard you went on vacation recently. I was there. Game crashed. I lost a lot of work. I mean, it wasn't vital work. I mean, I wasn't curing cancer or anything, but you know, nonetheless, never around when I need you. Right, sit on that. Okay, yeah, okay. It is ugly, but it makes this route work. It doesn't make this route work unless we tell it to go to platform. This one here. 7, I'm going to guess. 7? There we are. Now, we've got a red light. No. Because you then go up to El Paso West. You can do that. Look, I've just created you some flipping points to do... Hold on. I've just created some flipping points that don't make any ruddy sense. And if we are going to do a backing service on the same line, you're going to need to double track this. Aren't you? Alright, okay. Alright. We'll have another go. Stern talking to people. It's sometimes it's the only language I understand. Right. Yeah, do that. Construction's not possible. That's because there's a train in the way, isn't it? Isn't it? When the train's gone, you might be happier. And I'm not trying to construct, I'm trying to bulldoze. Oh, hello. I've not come across something resist the dozer for a while. Alright, hold on. So things are about to occur. As soon as I can get a clean bit of space here, we're gonna make some adjustments. Go on. Go. Stop. No. I think it could be that this station is too busy for me to make adjustments on this scale. Oh, that's unfortunate. However, we do have some space on that track now. Pause. Right, okay, now then. Kill that and that. Then put it back in before anybody notices. They shouldn't be able to complain while the game's paused. They should be able to just kind of go like, the game's paused, I know nothing. But evidently, that's too much to hope for. Right, get rid of this signal. Like that. And then we want to try and make this look elegant in any way we can. Now, the other thing we can do is we can remodel this. Right, which might help us. It might not help us, but it might. Okay. So all I'm thinking basically is instead of curving off from the curve going the other way, is we'll take this way and then we'll curve off the opposite way. I know it's solving very little, but you know, it might end up looking nicer. All right, go forwards just to there. All right, let's get clear of this this diamond, and then we'll try it. why you wouldn't, why you know want to play. Try that. All right, and then complete the hurdle at high speed. Good. Okay, well that worked. It's less hideous than it was before, but still not exactly brilliant. But, you know, less hideous is a start. And then rock you round there onto that one, and then you're all done. And lo and behold, it has found the route. Now we just need to put this one back together again, which we shall do about here. Okay, all right, yeah, all right, that'll work. Kind of. Like so. Oh yeah. Oh look. Oh, it's just splendidly majestic, that one. Yeah, that's right up there with some of the finest track laying ever done by anybody at any point in history. Now the trouble we're going to get is that, I mean, the only place I can really put a signal is there. What am I blocking? You only block your own platform. Unless you bunch them up too much and you get one coming in while you're trying to get out. So we have to have the signal there, and we can't have any more that will interfere with this junction at all, because doing so will cause all the problems. So we can put a signal here, and then that's about your lot. Well, that's okay. All right. So, what the heck do you call this? So, looking at it from the top down here, let's disable some of the bump. All right. What does this look like? It's not dissimilar to France. As far as shape is concerned, this bit's wrong, and it hasn't got a pointy corner there, but it's got kind of a France thing. I was thinking Texas originally, but again, I don't think that's really working for me. It's a big silly route. Well, good. That's what we all hope for, isn't it? A big silly route. Yeah, I don't know. What would you call that? Other than an accident waiting to happen. I perish to think which platform you've chosen here. Are you interfering with it? Oh, look at that! Yeah, you've gone through there wrong. No, that's not going to work. That's of all the things it's going to do, work is not one of them. Although I don't exactly know what kind of madness is going on there, but you've got a head-to-head service going on here, so we will have to do a spot of redirection. It would be lovely if I could get it to redirect onto this track, but that, yeah, you can still get there. You can still get there. Right, okay, well, you have that platform then. Platform number, this one. Turquoise. Platform turquoise, please. What, this one? All right. Don't challenge me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try platform 6 and see if it breaks. Barcelona 6. What's going on here? That looks like it's already broken. I can't tell whether my tootling around with things now has caused this problem or not. But it shouldn't be doing that. I think it might actually be this dark blue one that is fouling everything up, you know. Because, I don't know, ignore everything I'm saying. That's going up, so this one should be coming down. So red had the right idea in the first instance. Actually, let's see what it's doing out this side. Yeah, okay. And then what exactly is... Yeah, blue should be heading through on this turquoise line. Why would it not do so? Yeah, why would you not just use the turquoise line here? I mean, we've got plenty of space. I mean, there's tons for you to choose from here. In fact, how do you turquoise? Which line is turquoise? I haven't got anything selected right now. Right, pick that up. Turquoise. It's the flipping Metropolis flipping Explorer. Okay, well, there's no need to be mean about it. It's, you know, it's doing its very best, and it is very, very long. Oh, no. Okay, Barcelona's a crack off. It's not going that way. Shanghai back to Barcelona. Right. Shanghai, Barcelona, platform 2. 1, 2. That's that one. Good. No, that appears to be going the wrong way. Unless it goes multiple times on that route. I haven't missed an extra. No, I haven't. Okay. So where's the next Barcelona visit? Brussels to Barcelona. Well, that's going to be this one. Yes. Barcelona to Krakow 40. So it comes through on 6. There's 6. I apologise for working this through in real time, but, you know, you might enjoy it. There's platform 2. And then there's platform 4, which is the one you shouldn't be doing. You're coming from Brussels. Try... Well, it's going to be 6 again, isn't it? No, hold on. What? How? What? You're coming from Brussels, which is... It's up. Brussels is up. Oh, I brought it round the other way, didn't I? Oh, that's me being a smarty pants. Okay, fine. 51 instead. Go through 5. It's broken. Okay, 4. What about 3? I mean, 3's already got someone using it, but at least it's on the right side of the flipping everything. Nope, broken. Why is 4 the only one you can use? All right, put it back on 4. I mean, this is a poor state of affairs. Right, you come through there. So it's this one here. Okay, so the left hand one that we're looking at now. You've done a beautiful piece of crossing over there. Good. Turn the gubbins back on. Where's this waypoint that I've set for it? There we go. Signal east. So you could most definitely come down this. Oh, if I had a. Never mind. No. This is all good. I really ought to send some more stuff down here. It's fantastic. In fact, you know, I ought to use any of this at all. Right, you come down here. Right, now, here we go. This is where you lose the plot entirely. Because you shouldn't be on that track in the first place unless you should. Actually, no, it's doing everything almost-ish, kind of, sort of right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is my funky track laying that's causing us the problem here. Are you double slipped by any chance? I don't know if it can it? Apparently that's Barcelona train depot. I find that hard to believe. Oh, no, this is a fixed piece of flipping track. I can't interfere with it. Okay. This is not somewhere I had anticipated getting snagged today. Of all the places I thought I might foul this up, this was not one of them. And I appreciate that I probably also stumbled over and missed the solution on multiple occasions. The solution may, in fact, be just send it down 2. No. All right. What about 3? No. All right. What about 7? Okay, why have you said that you can do... because you've gone out and round the houses and then come back again. All right, well, 7 is not a solution then, is it? 4. Well, I don't want to move the blue one, because the blue one is largely doing as it's supposed to. Whatever the blue one is. I've got quite a lot of windows open here. Let's simplify as much as we possibly can. Put that over there. I'll get back to you in a minute, Red. And to think, all of this was coming about simply because I couldn't come up with a name. I know, it's tragic how these things occur, but we're not leaving until I've got this fixed, until I've put a train on this route. Yeah, I know it. We call this bonus material. People go nuts for it, you know. you're going to have to put an extra bit of track in, right? That much is pretty much a given. Yeah, you are going to have to put an extra bit of track in. All right, so just, I mean, firstly, get your head around that as a concept. And then secondly, let's just turn you yellow just for a second. Yeah, okay, I am focusing on one route that is flipping silly route. Well, what about just coming around and going one further? You possibly need to double slip that. This signal suddenly worries me. No, I don't think that's going to do it. I think the simpler solution, and I don't like it as a solution particularly, would be to put a junction in on this somewhere and then fret about the consequences a little later on. Where I want you to go to is, let's go for one of the unoccupied ones, which is going to be 5. Okay, that's where I want you. I want you here. All right, now I know you can't currently connect there, so what I need to do is put you back on 4 and then just give you the ability to slide over by one track. And then it's about where's the best place to do that. And it's going to be about here. Okay. Now, this is all wrong. In many ways, this is wrong. But since laying this stuff in and the subsequent murderation of all my trains, now say 5. There you go. I've not really done enough with Barcelona to actually warrant having removed all that stuff removing all that stuff in the first place. That whole exercise was pretty much a waste of time. But I do intend to revisit it. Right, good. I'm done with that. For the moment, that's working. Later, who knows? Right, line 1 is going to be, I don't know. What would you call it? Hold on. No, I was going to call it the Great American Route, but it takes in quite a lot of Europe. You know what? I'm going to call it the Great American Route. Why not? Which means I'm going to put a Great American train on it. Again, why not? What Great American trains do I have in stock that I haven't used before that aren't electric? Well, since you mention it, now then, which depot are we looking at here? We're looking at depot, that one. Okay, let's have a look through the train catalogue. See what we've got to play with. In your own time, it's going to be an Alco, isn't it? I don't want to use an Alco. And it's not because I've got anything against the Alco. It's because I've used a lot of Alcos in this series. All right, locomotives. Go down to the bottom of the setup. We're not going to run a Russian on the Great American Route. The NOHAB, I think this is... Hold on. This is the exported version. The export variant of the American F Series. Why don't I own an American F Series? It's got Amtrak Phase 1 livery on it, and it does 120 kilometres an hour. Now, that's not quick. It's only about, what's that, about 75, maybe 80 miles per hour? 75, I think, is probably what we're talking about here. Have we got anything else? All right, well, it's painted up to look like, I mean, but compared to another Alco PA, which is far more suited to the equation. What have we got in multiple units? It's a little late to be using the Zephyr. I haven't got anything newish for a while. I mean, if we talk electric here, the jolly old Metroliner, but I don't want to electrify. And as many of you pointed out, actually, I could have used, in the last episode, I could have used the AEM7 with a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, I've got these General Electrics as well, which are pretty cool. But they're electric, as the GE would tend to indicate. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to run it. I'm not going to electrify it. We'll run this, the AA series, this F series type deal. What are we looking at? 120 kilometers an hour. It only came into service 9 years ago. It's just going to be a bit slow, that's all. And we're going to need some coaches that are suited. Now, we can use any of the Amtraks. Now, it's got Phase 1 livery. Is it going to object to me putting some Phase 2? Hold on, there's a Phase 1. This will be culturally appropriate, despite the fact that the train is incredibly slow by comparison. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that? That's AS76. 5's just short of 100. 6 ought to do the trick. 114. It does actually say the number there. I could have just done that. How many do we want? 4. I think we'll... that's a lot. Yeah. 2, 3, and 4. Right. Get to work, chaps. Great American route. Okay, good. Should we make it a Great American colour? That's going to be red, white, or blue. We'll go with blue. Right. Tally-ho. Now then, let's have a look and see what we've won. That blue's very blue. I may adjust it in a moment. Okay, it's not too blue on there. Yeah, actually, it's too blue. That's a lot more blue than really I want. Something a little more subdued blue. Now, I've done that myself. I don't know if you can make it out or not, but where are you going? Well, there's a thing. Of all the places you could be going, you've decided not to go to any of them. Maybe I chose the wrong depot. I think it's quite obvious I chose the wrong depot. At some point, that will... Where are you actually heading to? You're heading to Krakow. Okay. Really? Well, okay. Let's check on the blue again. No, still not happy with that blue. Go with the really dark blue. Acceptable. Alright, good. Well, that's rolling away into the future there. And I've no real idea, and I suspect neither does the driver. Engineer, beg your pardon, we're on an American service here. Exactly where he's going, but he's going there anyway. I've been Colonel Failure. In the next episode, we shall pick this up where we left off. We're going to build the reverse route, and we'll put the same stuff in service on there as well, because well, why wouldn't you? And we'll start building out the far side of Grand Junction in order to make that malleable. There you go. There's a word that is not really well suited to the occasion. Let's find ourselves a closing shot to trade on. And it sits about here. Meanwhile, press the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You've sat through an hour of this. I'm sure you'll sit through an hour more. So subscribe to make sure you get the opportunity to do so. Pop up on your old notifications there. And fling a like at it if you enjoyed it. And I'll catch up with you very soon. I am going to rotate the camera. I'm not, though. I'm not. I've got a better idea. Yeah, so I'll catch up with you next time. Thank you for watching. Cheerio!